myself. Ah, it's all good. Let's get cooking. We're going to take this cauliflower. The most important thing about vegetables is that you have to wash them first before we even use them. So what we're going to do is we're going to wash them, and then what we're going to do is we're going to cut them, and we're going to go from there. One really important thing about vegetables is that, especially when you're cooking something like this or broccoli, is cut them all around the same size so that they cook evenly. If you have smaller pieces, they're going to cook faster and they're going to be mushy, so they're not going to be as nice. Cut them into pieces that, you know, people are going to be able to eat instead of trying to put one of these big things in their mouths. Okay, what we're going to do is we're opening the diced tomatoes, and normally what I do is I puree them with a brawn wand, but just so you don't have that in the house, you can use a blender if you want, or you can just use an old potato masher. And now we're going to use some garlic. We're going to take 3 cloves of garlic. Now I have a garlic crusher. You can always crush this with a very large knife. But you don't have to heat the pan right away, because don't forget, when garlic is crushed in the pan and you heat it up, it's going to burn pretty fast. So buy yourself some time, crush the garlic. Hopefully you have a garlic crusher to do it. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to turn on the pot. I have a gas stove, which cooks a lot hotter than a regular stove. You don't want this garlic to burn, because as soon as it starts to burn, then it smells, and then it's gone. And what we're going to do then is we're going to put 2 teaspoons of dried basil. If you use fresh basil, use 1 tablespoon to 1 teaspoon. So if we used fresh basil, you'd be using 2 tablespoons of fresh basil. Also, throw in a couple of bay leaves. And you can, oh, that really smells nice. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is just throw another little teaspoon of basil in. You don't have to put it up too high. You can smell it cooking. It smells really good. So as soon as the garlic starts to get softer, I'm going to pour some water in the pot. Just enough pretty well to fill the bottom of the pot. And there's a reason for this. What we're going to do then is we're going to add our cauliflower. Let's put it all in there. See how nice that is? What we're going to do is we're going to cover it and then cook it for about 10 minutes until, of course, the cauliflower is soft. Okay, so while the cauliflower is cooking, it's time to put the water on for the linguine so that everything comes out in times perfectly. Okay, I'm just checking to see if the cauliflower is cooked, and it looks cooked. You don't want to overcook it because you don't want your guests eating mushy food. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add the tomato puree in there. It's on low now, okay? And what you can do also at the same time is take out the bay leaves, all right? The worst thing is that when you're serving something and somebody, you know, bites into a bay leaf. I mean, how embarrassing is that? So take it out. The flavor has already been made, so you can take it out now and feel confident that no one's going to be chewing on it. Okay, the water's boiling, so it's time to put our linguine. I'm using Healthy Harvest, but you can use anything you want. You can also buy it at a pasta shop where it'll only take maybe 4 minutes to cook, but we're gonna cook it like this is the stuff we have at home. 3/4 of this container, of this carton. 3/4 of this carton. Now I've checked the cauliflower and the tomato sauce, and it's pretty well done, but I think what we have to do is we have to thicken it. I'm going to be using flour, and I'm using like maybe 1.5 of these regular spoons. You don't have to have a measuring device. And I'm going to be using some water from the tap. I'm going to stir it up. Because what you want to do is you don't want it too thick. You know, just sort of like make it look like milk. Don't put too much in there, you know, 1.5 spoons. And don't put too much liquid, because what you're wanting to do is get rid of the liquid. So then while it's cooking, you just pour some in. Take a look, see if it's thickening up. And look at that, it's already thickening up. You don't have to put all of it in. And at the same time too, you can also add a bit of fresh pepper too. Okay, I'm draining my noodles, but I'm not going to rinse them. And the reason why I'm not going to rinse them is because my sauce won't stick to my noodles if I rinse them. To add a little bit more flavor, what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of the Parmesan cheese on top of the drained noodles and a little bit of olive oil. And then we're going to mix. Put our plates together. Put the noodles on first. And there we have it, cauliflower, tomato, basil, bay leaf, and garlic sauce with linguine. Bon appetit.